People are being murdered in Palestine in front of their entire families, in front of their friends, in front of their communities constantly.
But you said that Charlie Kirk espoused hateful rhetoric.
Yes.
Right? So you would label him as a homophobe, you would label him as anti-LGBT. That was one of the primary justifications for you saying, well, I understand why people are rejoicing. You brought up Palestinians. Do you think in Palestine or other Muslim majority countries that there's robust laws that protect people who are gay?
Well, on the Whatever podcast, this girl chose to say that she thinks it's messed up that people care more about Charlie Kirk being killed than others in the world, and asked to talk about Palestine. This gets real weird and real cringy, but hey, we're here for the ride. And if you're brand new, welcome to this channel. I'm the other Barack, coming to you live and direct here from the Holy Land in Israel. Folks, if you have not already, please, please, please press that subscribe button below. We recently hit 200,000 subscribers. I love every single one of you. If you're brand new, welcome to an amazing platform for truth seekers and people who want to cut through the BS. And let us get to the video.
I think that, frankly, the most upsetting part of the entire Charlie Kirk situation is the fact that people care so much more when it's his life than it is with anyone else's.
He was murdered live on television. That's a huge difference in what you're just
in
saying.
front of his kids too, and his wife.
And I understand.
fucked up.
I would like to ask if I can I discuss Palestine here, or should I not bring that up?
You wanted to
sure.
bring up Palestine?
The one thing I would like to say on Palestine, I understand that there's a difference between it being a broadcasted event with a given crowd, right? People are being murdered in Palestine in front of their entire families, in front of their friends, in front of their communities constantly, more than we are capable of grasping. These videos are being plastered all over the internet. People are watching this shit for fun.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
This is going to be very sort of roundabout thinking here. But you said that Charlie Kirk espoused hateful rhetoric.
Yes.
Right? And that, well, I guess you say that that's not justification for assassination?
No.
But you can understand why people might be
I don't think that
rejoicing?
there's any justification. Ooh.
Okay.
Never mind.
But, well, okay. So hateful rhetoric.
What? That was weird. Should we rewind that?
You said that, would you categorize, you mentioned LGBTQ marriage, right?
Yes.
And how Charlie Kirk opposed it,
Yes.
right? My question to you is, you cited this as a reason for why you might understand why people are rejoicing at Charlie Kirk's death because he was anti-LGBTQ. Would you say he's homophobic?
Again, I truly am not that well versed on his specific takes.
Well, he's against gay marriage, so would you consider that
I would consider that to be homophobia.
Okay, so you would label him as a homophobe, you would label him as anti-LGBTQ, you would say that he's against gay marriage, et cetera, and that was one of the primary justifications for you saying, well, I understand why people are rejoicing. You brought up Palestinians. Do you think there's a good record of how do I want to frame this properly?
Oh, I'm excited.
Do you think in Palestine or other Muslim majority countries that there's robust laws that protect people who are gay?
No.
Do you think that, for example, in certain Muslim countries, Muslim majority countries, that they're oftentimes, if somebody's found out to be gay, that they're stoned to death? Or
That's
they're
a
killed?
bit extreme. That there are circumstances, but if we're acting,
Nah, it's not that extreme. I'm gonna make myself bigger here because if you're gay and you're inside the Gaza Strip or you're in certain parts of the West Bank under the Palestinian Authority, they will stone you. They might hang you. If you don't believe me, Google it. It's real. It's not that extreme. It sounds extreme because it doesn't sound like it's something that's going to help your side of the story, but it's real. And when confronted with things that don't help your side of the story, the pro-Palestinian camp chooses to just close their eyes. No, don't show me that. I don't want it. No, it's not real. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. We don't stone people because they're gay. I mean, you're showing me, but no, we don't do that. It's not us. This is the mechanism that occurs when accountability needs to be held.
like
Hold
that
on.
is the like natural
Hold on.
practice.
Do you think they're pro-choice?
But hold on. Do you think again? But you would you would have to agree, the reality is in these Muslim majority countries, there's not a lot of rights for the LGBT community.
Sure, if you want to.
So wait, but why? How do you reconcile then? How do you reconcile your defense of Palestine, which is clearly anti-LGBT, but also seem to have some issue with Charlie Kirk's anti-LGBT position?
Well, I mean, first of all, I'm anti-violence in any sense. That comes before any of my other beliefs. I don't think homophobia is a reason to kill people. I think that's pretty simple. But I also want to make it clear when I'm talking about Palestine, I'm not talking about the lawmakers. I'm talking about the children. I'm talking about the mothers, the fathers, the wives, the husbands, the men, the women, all of them.
Well, hold on. Even the citizenry, you do realize it's not just the politicians in these Islamic or Muslim countries. It's the majority of the citizenry is quite anti-LGBT.
Yes, they live in a country where they are encouraged to be. I think that specifically the U.S., is relatively open and accepting of different people because it's legal here, because it's we can discuss it, we can be in those spaces, we can have community like that.
Exactly, and there you can't. It's not allowed. You can't discuss it. It's illegal.
In not able to do those things, then yeah, I'd assume the population's more homophobic. That's fair. I also want to put it out there, I don't justify violence in any circumstance.
But can I ask you?
Yes.
So just to be clear, I think my personal position, any of these conflicts going on in the world, whether it's Israel-Palestine, whether it's Ukraine-Russia, or whether it's individual political assassinations, war's terrible.
Yes.
I hate to see anybody, whether I agree with them, disagree with them, being killed, civilians being killed, whatever it is. I don't like to see conflict. It's terrible, right? I guess my confusion is, though, if it is the case that Palestinians overwhelmingly are anti-LGBT, then if people are rejoicing because they're being killed, would you have objections to that?
They are children. We're talking. If people want to rejoice,
fine. What about the adults?
The adults.
Yeah.
If people are happy that people who are raised to be homophobic are dying and who never really knew much else and who were raised in a genocide, right? And whatever, never formed full political opinions. If you want to judge their morality based off of that, go for it.
Okay. I guess the thing is that the only alternative for someone like her, when posed the question where, in Syria, what is it like being under their rule, whether it was under the Assad regime, whether it's under al-Jilani's regime, what is it like as a gay Syrian to live under their law? What is it like as a gay Lebanese to live in Lebanon? What is it like to live as a gay Gazan to live under Hamas? What is it like to live as a gay Palestinian inside of the West Bank, inside of Area A? What is it like to live as a gay Jordanian? Give you a great example. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Jonathan, he's from Lebanon. I'm just pulling up his last name here because I can't show my screen on here. Jonathan, it'll come up in a second. Excuse me. Jonathan El Khoury. That's right. Who's from Lebanon, who's a Christian, who had to leave at the age of 9, I believe, and flee, was being persecuted against by radicals, by Hezbollah, the radical groups inside of Lebanon, persecuting Christians, persecuting any other non-Muslim groups, ethnic minorities. He's gay. He came to Israel, is now gay in Israel, and is fully accepted by Israel as a gay person, as a Christian, has an Israeli citizenship, speaks fluent Hebrew, speaks fluent Arabic, speaks fluent English, goes to the annual gay pride parade every single year. You have Luai Ahmed, who's from Yemen, who's now in Israel, who wants to live in Israel because he can't even go back to Yemen. The best option for someone like her is to stop and think and say, you have a point. You have a point, bro. I didn't think about it like that. If that were to happen, it would deeply, deeply impact the dialogue in this conflict. I'm telling you guys, tenfold. Because if a pro-Palestinian threw something at me that made me have to check my morality and my chart and my logic, I would think and I would stop and I'd be like, you have a point, bro or sis. So the lack of surrender, the lack of ability, and I'm going to keep going back to the word accountability, it's because there is no accountability in the pro-Palestinian camp. There is no accountability for those who hate Israel. They don't know how to take accountability, and they're also taught not to have to take any, which is just like a get out of jail free pass. Like green means go, do whatever, however, whenever, by any means necessary. Which means that you can sit there and, concede to the fact that lots of Muslim majority states do not offer a very fair and free and civil life for gay people. You can concede to that idea, in fact, but you still will not say that they discriminate against gays, that they stone gays, that they mistreat gays, that they violate them. Because you can't. You can't say that. You can't say that Queers for Palestine, right, the group that is speaking up on behalf of Hamas, meaning please continue to liberate Palestine, you can't say that they're a fraud if their sole purpose is to represent the gay queer group of people in America who stand with Hamas, which is standing with the same exact group of people that would persecute them if they were under Hamas rule. And you can't get on camera and say that, actually, yeah, you're right. What you're saying kind of makes sense, meaning what is Queers for Palestine and how does that work? And do they understand that, wait a minute, based on what you're saying, if they were in Gaza, they would also be stoned? You can't say it. And why can't you say it? Because then your narrative is fucking broken. It's the same reason why Piers Morgan will not let Tal go on his show. He's a brown Jew, Mizrahi Jew from Iraq, whose grandmother and family got kicked out of Iraq in 1941 during the Farhud. Almost 200 Jews were killed. Almost 200 Jews were killed. I believe 1 or 2,000 were forced out by radical Muslims with swords. And on their passport it is written that they are told they are never allowed to come back into Iraq. Ever. Why? The question is why. Here's a really simple answer. Because they are Jewish people. And if anyone were to ever let Tal platform that story on a mass scale, what would they fucking do? Next, skip, exit, mute, delete, never again. Because it breaks their narrative. Whenever somebody holds them accountable and they realize that they are at a fucking dead end, they get cold turkey, they walk away. That is the most telling part about, really, honestly, all of this. All of this noise, all of this conflict, all of it. The most telling part is that when you see somebody fold without folding. And by the way, they don't actually show that they're folding, but in reality, when you dodge questions or when you walk away or when you don't concede to something that really hurts your truth, you are folding. You're just not willing to admit you're folding because you aren't allowed to. Nothing can be wrong in the pro-Palestinian movement, apparently. Right? Remember? Everything on October 7th is justifiable. All of it. All of it. Oh, well, shit. If they did rape girls, well, they're Israeli women, so they can get raped. All of it. I don't know if they put babies in the oven, but if they did, they're Jewish babies, so they were occupiers, meaning they were born out of the womb of a woman who's occupying. They can, all of it. All of it. All of it is justifiable, bro. All of it. Holocaust. No, I don't know if they killed 6, 7, 8, 9 million. They're Jews. All of it. It's all justifiable, which means that every single problem that you see in the news, just like Manchester at Yom Kippur, it was the Jews, it was Israel. Just like Charlie Kirk, it was the Jews, it was Israel. The tsunami, Jews, Israel. Hurricane, Jews, Israel. Bad weather, Jews, Israel. F on an assignment, Jews, Israel. Didn't get into college, Jews, Israel. All of it. It's so easy to do that, bro. And then it's so easy to never have to raise your hand and be like, maybe we've had a part in this. And then tell me how easy it is to have a conversation about the Middle Eastern conflict when one side has already made it clear that with whatever you're about to say to me, with whatever evidence you're about to bring, with whatever facts and historical information, I don't give a fuck, bro. Because there's a comma after every single one of your sentences. And so, and what? Comma but, comma and, comma but. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. I got nothing else to say about this one. Let me know what you think in the comments section. I will see you guys next video. Love you all.
Here are 4 ways you can help us grow if you believe in our mission. On Buy Me a Coffee and PayPal, you can directly contribute to helping this message grow and reach more people across the world. If you want to join the inner circle, join our Patreon with different tiers, and of course, our Discord community, which is free with people from all across the world. The links to every single one are in the description. And last but not least, to the other Brock community, I love you. Ani ohev otchem. I'll see you guys next time.